Hi, my name is Keela Walker-Dennis. I am the Assistant Director of Airport Operations Emergency Management for the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority. I'd like to talk to you today about careers. There are many different careers here in aviation in general. Some you're probably most common and used to seeing are typically a pilot or even an airline stewardess. Well, guess what? There are other important jobs as well that plays a role here in aviation. For example, the airport, right? It's like a small city, believe it or not. We have our own police department, fire department, we have shopping stores, we have restaurants, we have probably about over 1,000 flights a day, and you throw in 100,000 people who may be moving through around the airport, and you have vehicles and cars, people are driving, right? There is a chance that emergency can and will happen at some point. Well, guess what? That's where I come into play at that time. Emergencies. I'm an emergency manager, and what is that? Simply put, I help with managing emergencies. So let's talk about that. What does that consist of? How does that play a role? Well, my job is to make sure that whoever responds to that emergency, that could range from, again, law enforcement, fire, it could be anybody here that works at the airport. If they have a role, make sure that they're responding quickly, safely, and effectively to that situation. So what type of emergencies can we have here at the airport? Of course, the obvious, right? An aircraft. You can have a hurricane situation. I think we're all familiar with that in the state of Florida, right? Or we can have what we've been dealing with now for months, COVID-19, a public health emergency situation. So it could range from many different things. And how we go about making sure that we respond safely, quickly, and effectively is through a series of items. We plan. We come together with all the different stakeholders. Internal to the airport, again, I mentioned your first responders, as well as external community representative stakeholders. We come together, make sure we write a plan to kind of list who does what, when, and where. Who's responsible? What's your role? So once we have a plan listed, we identify, once we have a plan listed, then we proceed to train on that plan, right? We wrote a plan. How do we make sure you know what's in that plan? We train you on that plan. That takes place throughout the year, every year, to make sure everybody knows their role. That's very important. Last but not least, we exercise those plans. Throughout the year, when we do our planning and training, we make sure that we have a big exercise to actually put people in those positions, in those roles, to respond and see how they will respond, and make sure they know those plans. We do that every 2 years at minimum. We have a big full-scale exercise involving an aircraft incident. And that you'll see involve many different partners that all have a role in the plan, and that gives us a great opportunity to see if the plan works, right? That's important, and or maybe what opportunities are there that we need to learn from to correct those plans. So again, planning, training, and exercising. So why do I love my job? What is it about my job that makes it so unique that I hope that will interest you? First thing, there is never one day there's never a same day of doing the same exact stuff. My day can consist of going to different meetings, or I could be doing a training that day. It's different things, or I could be out in the field responding to an incident. It could be many different things. I'm not in an office environment all day, and I enjoy that dynamic. So if you enjoy not sitting in an office environment all day, this may be something that interests you. Second thing, I get a great opportunity to work with a lot of different people. Again, I mentioned first responders, and that's here in the airport, but I get an opportunity to interact and work with people out in the community, your American Red Cross, your other local county emergency management agencies, state and federal agencies. It is an awesome opportunity knowing that you can make a difference and help and make sure that we're all prepared and that we are ever ready for anything that could come our way. And I hope you have interest in this career, and only advice that I can give to you at this time would be find your gift and figure out how it can be of use in the aviation industry if that is the field that you decide to pursue. Thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck.